time.
Well, yeah. See, well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. So when I was little, I couldn't stand having my feet under the covers because I'm a really high temperature body. So I'm like steaming up if I'm all the way under the blanket. So I was like, what if I just like stick my feet on the bottom of the blanket? And that's why today I don't have a dick. So I don't have to really worry about it anymore. But the protocol still sticks with me, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's a force of habit.
Did we decide on a topic for a podcast other than
Oh yeah,
Tumbis? I don't remember what it was.
we're going to talk about convenience stores and
Oh fuck yeah, I forgot. This is a
all of
weird
the.
fucking topic, dude.
Yeah, I'm so ready for it though. I've got a lot to say
You've got a lot to say, all right?
about convenience stores. Yeah, I mean, where do we begin? I think I think we
Maybe
should begin.
introducing the podcast.
Oh, fuck. You know where you are, motherfucker. This is podcast by podcast. You're listening to the two of us chat about all of the most important parts of life, like fruits that begin with P, and
Which you shouldn't
Tungus.
eat.
Right. So Tungus is somebody who was recently brought to my attention on
I
account
will
of
put a picture on the screen now.
that is lovely, perfect. And so Tungus is he's the mascot of AMPM, and I heard about him in the Scary Game Squad YouTube video series.
Ignore the noises.
Uh,
It's just pizza rolls coming out of the oven.
right, and so those are just some guys that I watch in my own time on YouTube, and they just started talking about this guy, and so I had to do my own research and like scroll through the fucking pictures on Google. This Tungus is a 7'6" tall fucking convenience store food monster. So he's got like a big burger for a nose, and he's got this weird hot dog smiley face situation going on. There's if you look through the pictures, I mean you could put this one up, but there's this picture of Tungus just
My
standing
gosh.
there with his big stoner fucking look on his face, and there's this lady just like passionately caressing him, just like laying her head like just cuddling this convenience store food mass is bringing her this deep, satisfaction and comfort. Like this is a
Oh my
woman who
god.
trusts Tungus, and it is I don't know. It was like it's so surreal, and in another way also kind of like baroque, like Renaissance, like it's like there's such emotion and character portrayed with this huge fucking pile of convenience store food, and I needed to talk about him to somebody at least. I mean, his name is Tungus. That's Toomgis, Sergio.
I'm looking. Is his cheeks? Are they made out of cookies?
Yes, he's got big, lovely cookie cheeks.
And
That's
then
correct.
croissants going around his eyes.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, their Tungus anatomy consists of a great number of different convenience store
Arms are
items.
cups stacked.
Right. I believe I have talked shit about convenience stores in the past on a previous podcast, on account of the fact that they're really, really high priced. That said, they got the best snack options. You just can't find snack options like that. If you want like a snack, the convenience stores are the way to go, no matter which one of them it is, because they've got the variety. I love the variety, bro. The I'm gonna start our little convenience store journey. Now I know I've really manhandled this podcast, Sergio. Like I can feel like I really am dominating a conversation because maybe Maybe other people aren't exactly as passionate about convenience stores as I am. Maybe, convenience stores don't play as large a role in their life as they do in mine. But I think I identify as a convenience store. I think if somebody asked me, like, if you had three wishes, what would you get? I think one of the last wish after I did the first two things, I'd be like, I want to be a convenience store. Just make me full of all of the most delightful choices. You know what? It would be a magic convenience store because I do have the advantage of making a wish. So you'd be able to find any item that pleased you on my shelves. Were you looking hard enough? But unfortunately, I am not. I'm a mere human, and I cannot be a a store, which is unfortunate, but something I live with on the daily.
Not that this conversation wasn't already weird, but it's taken an odd turn.
It's taken an odd turn. All right, well then let's reel it back to my original point.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
say you're walking through the front door of the convenience store, right? You just open the convenience
Yeah.
store door, and you walk in and you look to your right. And in this particular convenience store, the counter is just to your right with the
You're talking about the
friendly
7-Eleven
convenience.
on Bowler, right?
I'm talking about no. I think the one on my in my head was it was a different, I think, nicer 7-Eleven actually, but I was actually thinking of the no, I was thinking of the Green Valley Grocer, that is down by one of my spin corners. But anywho, if you walk into a convenience store, any convenience store, it doesn't matter what the title of your convenience store is, because there's all over the country. There's so many different kinds. I mean, shit. Like we over here, we've got that Green Valley Grocer, like I said, but we've got your 7-Elevens and AMPM. You said you had some interesting named convenience stores around your place, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So most of them are fairly normally named, but there's one here in the
Uh
Midwest called Come and Go, spelled Kumngo. They knew what they were doing, and I don't know whether I'm upset by it or not. It's called Come and Go. All right,
Oh,
they're all over the
fuck.
place. It's like the 7-Eleven of the Midwest.
You know what? And
They got
if you walk into the bed's bathroom and there's a little hole in the side of the stall there, don't do it, man. It's not worth it.
then we
It's
have
not.
we have Casey's, which is the other big one, which has fantastic pizza for some reason.
Pizza, fantastic pizza at
Yeah,
your
better
convenience.
better than like Pizza Hut and Domino's and shit.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
it's real
amazing.
good
Over
pizza.
here, like, I mean, you've had the 7-Eleven and the other convenience store pizzas over here in Vegas. They're fine. They feel like school lunch pizza, which is the best meal, I'd like to note, of the school lunch circuit. However,
That is
still not
refreshing.
great. Yeah. Hey, feed kids better, motherfuckers. I've been touched personally by the disaster that's school lunch, and I'm real fucking pissed about Michelle Obama reducing portion sizes and stuff for all these kids who can't fucking feed themselves.
Yeah, hold on. Sidebar. Vegas school lunch, fucking garbage. You go to Utah for some reason. I went to school called Hills in
Okay.
Utah for what, like 2 or 3 months. Whenever I disappeared for those few months.
Right.
Um, and that was I was in 8th grade, I think. And
Right.
the food was fucking great, dude. I'm
Weird.
talking like it was some gourmet level shit. Like they had like a genuine Thanksgiving dinner for like lunch one of the days.
I think that the schools get big like church funding and stuff over there in Utah. Like the because the government and the church are really closely sort of sidled over there in that state, and so they have a nice money feedback loop that lets them get all sorts of amenities and shit like that in their
Yeah, I'm just talking
public
about food.
institution.
Their shit's good. Plus
Hmm.
PE was way funner. Okay,
Yeah,
back to convenience stores.
yeah. Back to convenience stores. So you walk into a convenience store, you look to your right. There's the counter. What do you see at the counter? You see an employee or two standing behind that counter. Now, what's the usual convenience store employee? What does that summon to you, Sergio?
Somebody who really hates their job but is very,
Oh
very
yeah.
friendly, and
Oh
may or may
yeah. Oh
not
yeah.
have been a tweaker in the past, but was
Right.
definitely a tweaker in the past.
Exactly. So you look at this person, and whether it's tweaker or mental issues or whatever, there's something wrong in their lives. Like convenience store employees don't tend to be like well-adjusted, successful people. But the ones that stick around for a while tend to be pretty customer service enabled people. So you get this fascinating, what do you call it, nihilist comedy out of any convenience store employee. So if you say some really like dark humor shit at a convenience store counter, likelihood is at least one of the two of them's gonna fucking laugh. So that's guaranteed jokes there. I could feed my ego and my humor ticker, you know, like my
Right.
successful jokes counter that goes up every single day. I try to get it above 10 a day, and I do this by throwing out so many jokes that one of them ought to be funny. Uh, and then I fucking walk into that convenience store. I'm strolling. I'm having a good time. I'm ready to go. I'm getting ready for a shift. Usually when I'm working at a convenience store, as you know, if you listen to the previous podcast, you are well aware I am a street consort. And I fuck people for money. And so when I'm getting ready for a hard day of being of work in the corner, you know,
I thought you were gonna say
um,
being hard, but
it's hard work. So, so I go into the convenience store and there's all sorts of snacks. So they've got different aisles for the different palettes of things you want, and that's always interesting to me. Like if you want a salty flavor, you got to stroll your ass over to the chips and nuts aisle. But if you want a sweet flavor, there's a whole candy aisle selection available to you. Or if you want some of that lunchtime combo flavor, you gotta stroll on to the little fucking, you know, fridge thing that they got going on, the open faced thing, to go and get some terrible convenience store food. If you want some of that hot food, they got up at the counter. You could go buy yourself a, I don't know, we got a absolutely disgusting options over here. We've got the place I had tornadoes. They were basically like taquitos, but they had really weird flavors, like turkey and mashed potato, and
oh,
and, and like
in a taquito? Ugh.
yeah. So and but they had all sorts of weird flavors and shit. I really liked they had like a they had like a cheesesteak one with like Colby Jack cheese for
I
the
can
thing, and
I can roll with that.
I could roll with that, right? That sounds delicious. And that one was actually pretty good, but they usually don't cook their food long enough. I just want to lay that down for you. That's not usually a problem because most of the convenience store shit is pre-cooked stuff that they just reheat. But like those, sometimes those hot dogs got a little something something in them. You know what I mean? And sometimes your pizza is gonna have a little grossness because these guys aren't chefs. This is not a restaurant. This is a convenience store. They're here to make sure you don't steal gas and fucking watch you and make sure that people don't run away with the candy and shit. Oh my gosh, over here, people love stealing from convenience stores. What the shit is up with that? Have you noticed that shit?
Yeah, dog is Vegas.
I mean, it is fake. It is just, but it's like a
The
weirdly
ghetto.
like it's a popular casual concept. It's like something you bring up just as like over dinner plans. You're like, hey, you want to go like steal from the convenience store later? I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds fun.
I
And
I
it's like
have
a
had plenty of conversations with friends of mine who were like, "Hey, you want to go just like steal from Walmart right now?" And I'm like, "No. What the
I
fuck,
said,
man?"
somebody said that to me. They said, what's um, hey, you guys want to go jack some stuff from Walmart? And I said, fuck you.
She's never they're always like, "What? I don't. What's wrong?"
They don't even understand
Right.
why you're upset at the concept either. Like it doesn't occur to them that maybe, possibly, that stealing shit isn't cool. You know?
Thinking about this, it occurs to me how many oddly, because I did not have a very good upbringing, as you're aware. I have
Right,
had
right,
a
right. I
lot
know.
of my happiest moments in convenience stores.
Yeah, yeah. Think about it. Convenience store. You're taking it to a weird topic. You're saying it's like an unusual, but it is such a they're this cardiovascular system that runs across the entire country, and they provide a little bit too expensive food and snacks and shit. But they're the pit stops for everybody. You want to go anywhere, you know you can find a convenience store that's probably even gonna have a snack you like. That's the sort of advantage of having the big, super powerful national businesses is that you've got this interconnected network of knowing that you can be fed and joyful in any location in the entire country or probably world. But there's varying on that, obviously, depending on location.
I
But
knew. I'm sorry. What?
go ahead.
I knew the owners of the 7-Eleven on Boulder, on the corner, and they've obviously worked there the entire time
Hmm.
as clerks and shit. And I've been going there since I was a little kid, so they practically watched me and my siblings grow up, which was weird.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
So
gosh.
we're
I
always really
kn-
good friends
are
with
you
them.
talking about, was she like an old like Indian
Yep,
lady or something?
yep, and her
Oh my
husband.
god, I loved her.
Yeah, they like everybody in the neighborhood went there, so they watched like everybody grow up, and everybody knows who they were.
They were one of these community center poles. You see it a lot in like media and stuff, of where you've got this one location that sees the world move around them, and like the bar that everybody goes to in the college town, or the motherfucking just like those society centers, and that convenience store kind of was that for us. Oh, did you hear that convenience store got shot up like a I think it was like a few months ago?
That's not surprising. It's been shot up like fucking dozens of times.
Oh yeah, yeah. So they came by and there was like a drive-by shooting, and it was somebody not even here from Henderson. They were from
Coward.
they were from Boulder City, and they were going down through the poor neighborhoods in Henderson and just fucking shooting, killing people. It's like looked like some fucking like white redneck motherfucker. Uh, and
Yep.
but I think that they managed to track him down, uh, and he went to jail, and they managed to sort it out and figure out who it was and
Were you
got
ever
him in prison. But
in any of the drive-bys that were happening when we were kids?
no, I only heard him. I mean, I wasn't present. That is an insane event to just happen regularly. Like that's so fucked up.
It's the ghetto dog.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
can we talk about cheeseburger dogs? Which
Cheeseburger
you're not
dogs.
aware of
Oh my god,
at that 7-Eleven.
you told me about cheeseburger dogs. I've never had the cheeseburger. I was kind of afraid of them, but you said they're good.
They're fucking bomb, dude. You get like
Cheeseburger
jumbo
dog.
ones, and they would be like stuffed with cheese or jalapeno or cheesy jalapeno.
So were these like corn dog style
No, no, no. They
situation?
were like a tube of beef in a bun,
Okay,
in a
in a
hot dog
bun.
bun.
I see, I see.
And you know how they had
And
their own they have the build your own type deal where they have like onions and jalapenos and it all looks
Oh
like
yeah,
uniform
it's
up
kind
and
of
you
like
put it on it anyway.
kind of like a serve bar thing.
Yeah, and then you just put a bunch of shit on it. Fucking fantastic.
Right. Oh my gosh. There was this universal sort of kind of weird respectful I'll owe you one philosophy among the in the poor neighborhoods, cuz I mean sometimes your buddies or you just can't afford shit. And so you have the couple extra bucks to spot them. So you spot them and they go, I'll owe you one. And then it felt like I was always getting paid back, right? Like it felt like, I don't know, when like people kept, there was always, or when I asked for, hey, I don't have enough cash, like it felt like they always were like, it's cool, pay me back later. Like, I don't know, it felt like in elementary school in particular, like people were more sort of generous in that way because I don't know, is empathy. I get that shit. Point of the matter is, a convenience store has all of the options that you need at whatever location you're at, and that's a beautiful thing to me. It's a beautiful concept.
Plus Choco Tacos. So.
Choco Tacos. Okay, here's my beef with Choco Tacos.
Oh, don't fucking start. All
I
right.
love me a Choco Taco. Okay. Right, dear. Hands on the table. I fucking love Choco Taco. Love everything about Choco Taco.
Okay.
I love the shell and the ice cream and the glaze. And it's so delicious. My problem is that it is the most expensive item in the entire ice cream bucket. And
It is like $7.
every time I want to buy a Choco Taco, I feel like I have to make a fucking investment in Choco Taco. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, this is gonna be, and they're not big tacos either. Like imagine a regular sized taco and knock that down by like a third. That's the size of a Choco Taco, and it's delightful for every goddamn bite. But Jesus Christ, you got to eat it all at once. You can't like eat half and save it for later. It's an ice cream treat. Like you got to eat all $7 of that right now, and you better like it, bitch. You know.
So your problem is just the price?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, that's fair.
Yeah, I know you were getting ready to fight, and I didn't really give you any grounds to fight on.
No, I wasn't
Yeah,
about to
no.
take that. You're gonna diss Choco Tacos? I will kill you. Literal murder over that.
But when it comes, when I say something radical like make Choco Taco cheaper, that's when you shut up. You're
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
okay.
that's mine. That's everything I'm about. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, make them free.
Make it free. Just give out Choco Tacos on the street. Choco Taco, if you could hear us, what we would like desperately is for you to give us a large number of Choco Tacos for free, and we'll endorse you every episode of Podcast by Podcast. Goddamn. For $7 a taco? You won't endorse Choco Taco?
No, but I still want the tacos. Fuck the
If
corporation.
you're willing to give us free Choco Tacos for absolutely no return, we would graciously accept.
I might not even be gracious about it if I'm being honest.
Here, if you send me Choco Taco, take Sergio out of the equation. Don't listen to this guy. If you want to send me a huge number of Choco Tacos, I'll be very nice. I'll suck a dick if I have to. I swear to God, guys. Just give me them sweet, sweet Chocky Takis.
You've got me thinking about chocolate Takis, and that just sounds fucking terrible. It sounds
That
really
sounds like a
gross.
nightmare. That sounds. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I fucking hate Takis.
Yeah, that is an incorrect opinion. I would say unpopular for sure.
Yeah, and there was I was so excited because there was a you remember a band came to Basic, and they threw this great big event sort of carnival, and they kept throwing around this rumor that I think it was somebody big was going to be at the band, and it was like I don't know, like a Linkin Park or a fucking somebody who everybody knew the names of,
Mm-hmm.
and they were spreading this rumor all around. And when we showed up, the band wasn't there. The other bands that came up did a whole bunch of cover songs, and nobody knew them. And they were giving away buckets and buckets and buckets of teeny tiny bags of free Takis.
I do remember this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That upsets me. I remember this because of all of the talkies. Fuck the band. Fuck the rumors. The food. That's what I was here for.
The Takis. It was huge numbers of Takis. And as somebody who was here, A, for the free food they told me was going to be here, and B, for the band that they said was going to be here, to neither get food that I like nor the band that I was told was coming was truly a disaster. And now I was just packed into a concert full of a whole bunch of people I mostly didn't like. And then, like, I went to go leave the gate, and the fucking hall monitors were like, nope, you can't leave until the concert's over. And I just, like roll my eyes, you know? Like, god damn. That was a lot of advertiser money thrown at our high school.
I hate corporations, but I fucking love talkies. I'm a simple man, alright?
Right. No, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, shit. Like, I played Overwatch for way longer than I should have, but...
Yo, fuck Blizzard.
What do you gotta do? Yeah, fuck Blizzard. Fuck you, Blizzard. Yeah, suck a dick. Blah.
You can get Takis at a convenience store.
You can get Takis at a convenience store. I'd like to note, full circle, Takis are in convenience stores as we speak. Ah, man. Man, I fucking love convenience stores.
I really want some like really cheap ass convenience store nachos that you know are gonna be really gross, but like the nachos from the Lunchables, but you want them anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about? Are you talking about the circle chip bitches?
Yeah, the circle chip bitches.
Yeah, that's some good shit. Are you talking about the fucking build your own pizzas, which are the greatest mess you could ever put into the hands of a child?
Build your own pizzas? I don't even know what that is. Or
So
are you
there's
talking about the Lunchable ones?
The Lunchables. The
Oh
Lunchables.
yeah, no, those
the,
were oh man, fucking mess. They're fantastic. I love them. Even as an adult, like
they're tasty, but you have to have some fine motor control to successfully prepare your pizza, because they don't give you like a spreading shovel for your sauce.
no,
You have to get creative with that shit. You have to use your brain. You have to like either like use the bag to spread it, or use the other, pizza surface in order to get the sauce evenly spread and whatever. And you're all the while you're trying to avoid doing spills on this teeny tiny work surface that they've given you.
So, what was your technique for that?
What was my technique? Well, you see, I'm a man of variety, and when you say make it yourself, that means that every time you hand me Lunchable pizzas, I'm going to consume them in a different manner. And I have gone through a great number of Lunchable pizza techniques. I could run you through a handful of them if you're interested.
Yes, I am for some reason.
Okay. So, first thing, I was like, I have been given too much power, right? So here's how I'm going to use it. I take the first pizza, because there's 3 of them, right? I take the first pizza dough ring, and then I cover it in sauce, and I take the second one, and I spread the sauce even with the second one, and I set the second one aside for now. And then the first one, I load about half the cheese and about half the pepperonis on. And then what I do is I put the second one that I've already dirty side down onto so that it now looks like a pizza sandwich. And then I take the sauce on the dry surface of the top second one and I wet it, and then I other half of the cheese, other half of the pepperoni, third one on top. And I eat the entire thing like a double-decker pizza sandwich, which I'd like to note makes a tremendous mess every time. Every time. Another strategy that I use is obviously the regular even division sauce cheese pepperoni across all three, which is the very polite man's way to do it. You can usually do this strategy without making a mess. The fourth strategy that I might employ is getting angry and lazy, folding each of the pizza things in half into a taco style, haphazardly dumping the ingredients into my pizza taco, and consuming it that way. I mean, I could go on and on. Really, there's so many ways you can consume a thing. Sometimes I'll eat the ingredients separately. I'll just like one at a time, like bread slice, eat all the pepperonis, dump the cheese into my mouth, suck the sauce out like a fucking mosquito, and then work on my what they give you, like a piece of candy and a juice pouch.
Yeah, Capri Sun.
Yeah, the Capri Sun's the good shit.
Now, my method is, full disclosure, I am a monster, I'm well aware, but after several failed attempts of finding out a solid way to do this as a child,
Right.
I have developed what I find to be the easiest way to do it.
Okay, hit me.
So what I do is I set this up very particularly, okay? Got
Okay.
my bread and my pepperonis, and I've got the sauce out into one of the other things that I've emptied, one of the other slots, right?
Right.
What I'll do is I'll just dip in a piece of bread into the marinara sauce, take a bite, put in some pepperonis, and then shove in a bunch of cheese and eat it like that. And then take another bite and that's been dipped and just fucking eat it like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the pizza ingredients combine ultimately in your mouth.
Inside of my mouth, yes.
So it's sauce on bread, and then pinch of cheese, pinch of pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I kind of like that strategy.
It's
I kind of like
but it works really well.
And it sounds like because it minimizes the mess to your pinching area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get that shit everywhere. All right. The most depressing moment is when you accidentally knock over one of those things too, and then it's just fucking cheese and bread and pepperonis all over the fucking place.
And once one of those big disgusting globs of pepperoni or of pizza sauce hits your shirt, it's there all day. There's no getting that shit off.
That's game over. And then people are like, "What's that?" And you're like, "It's from the marinara sauce from my Lunchables pizza thing." And they go, "Dude, you're 22," and you go, "So?"
And you're like, "Have you tried it? It's hard."
It's not easy.
Right? Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I think Lunchables should provide some sort of pamphlet with the instructions on the proper way to make Lunchables pizzas. Or maybe even a variety of strategies. Try your own pizza dipping strategy.
Do you remember the brief time? And I say brief because it was only for like a few months, but I remember it. With the nacho ones and with the pizza ones, they came with a tiny little spoon.
A little spoon?
They came with a tiny little plastic spoon.
So I never got a spoon with one of those. I buy these nowadays. I buy these tuna salad kits. And it's just like a can of tuna salad, but it comes with a little a packet of crackers and a little spreading spoon, so you can eat your salad on the crackers. But so it was like one of those, like one of the teeny tiny little plastic spatula situations.
Hmm.
That's it. I mean, that seems really handy. Do you know why?
No, the
Did
spoon
they?
was useless. It was too tiny to actually do anything. Was the problem? It was
Actually, just
fucking
garbage.
worthless.
Fuck.
Which is why I think they just were like, ah, fuck it, let's let them do their fucking sandwich or chaotic shove everything in your mouth and combine it there deal. They don't care about
Right,
kids.
right, right. Oh no, the kids are messy. Big fucking whoop.
Whoa, that's crazy. Kids are fucking stupid. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. There's something that really pleases me about the concept of these like toy executives and like the people who make Lunchables and stuff. These really high up money makers hating kids and being forced to be exposed to them every once in a while.
Do you think that's
Like
why they
I'm just
did?
like
That's why they made this. They're like, let's make this as like, look, I couldn't do this successfully as an adult. Watch what these fucking kids do. Watch the mess they're about to make.
so there's a fucking
Idiots.
Lunchables executive sitting there and laughing. Like all of those. You remember they had they had the the Lunchables that came out, and the mascots for it was like a jackalope bunny type thing, and a motherfucking platypus, and it was like a pretzel stick that you speared through several pieces of meat and cheese in order to create like mix-up type situations. They were advertising the absolute dog shit out of it on Cartoon Network. But those things, the pretzels that they expected you to spear through the other ingredients, were entirely like blunt. Like they were, there was no possible way you could get that successfully through another piece of food. And so like when you try to spear through the meat and shit, like the cheese and the meat just like fall apart. Like it's a big fucking pretzel you're trying to shove through that bitch. So like you couldn't make the image that was on the front of the box unless you were some sort of, expert genius. So maybe it is. Maybe the fucking Lunchables executive just sits up there laughing and watching kids like fucking fail to assemble food. And that's what really just, gets his goat. It makes him happy. He just likes to watch the kids suffer when it comes to making a meal successfully.
I'm gonna name drop in a second.
You're about to name drop. You're about to name drop this villainous character that we've we've built up over the course of the
Bob
podcast.
Drain. His name is Bob Drain.
It all comes together. Oh my
This says
god!
Bob Drain created the kids' snack food Lunchables. He did let his kids eat the sugar and salt laden lunches. What? What?
Wait, hold on. What article are you reading? What piece is this?
I just googled Lunchable CEO. Search Google for sugar and salt laden lunches. Body Inc. Food coma? When it comes to lunch eating, that's all I can read. School lunch is
Wow.
too fatty and sugary, critics say. No fucking shit. No shit.
I-
That's March 4th, 2009.
Wow.
I was 11.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Incredible. Incredible. What a journey we've been on. I want to move to the back of the convenience store now. We've been sitting here
oh,
at the
fuck
counter.
yeah.
We've been looking through the shelves. We've been discussing the hot foods available over here, right there. And I mean, we could talk. We could come back to the candy bar aisle if we're feeling so inclined. But we're gonna stroll on back to the rear of the convenience store. And I'd like to note that the drinks, they are organized in a very particular fashion. So at the far end, either the left or right, it doesn't really matter, varies from convenience store to convenience store. There's the beer section. This is the mysterious unknown, inaccessible realm to the underage child, to the kid who looks into the glass fronts on these convenience store doors and thinks upon themselves, man, there are so many fucking drink options. Like, I could not possibly choose from all of these options if I had a million years to do so. And then, a mere 4 or 5 years later, walking into that same convenience store, looking at those same options and going, God damn, I wish there were some more fucking drink options. Jesus. But even so, once you turn 21, it opens that opportunity again. You look at the drinks in front of you and you go, there are once again a great number of options. Look at all of these strange liquor delights that I can now imbibe in. A whole new treat section open just for me. The danger is that happens at 18 with cigarettes too, but I feel like there's enough societal bias against cigarettes to drive most
you can't
reasonable.
Buy it until you're 21 now.
Oh yeah, they just switched it up. Hey, good on you, country.
Well.
I mean, my issue was the numbers not being the same. It didn't make any sense to me that you would set one arbitrary number for one kind of thing that can fuck you up, but a different arbitrary number for a different kind of thing that can fuck you up. Yep. It just seems like I'd prefer that they be more consistent.
I agree. I don't smoke anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Whether I agree with the age or not, I believe having a consistent age across the board, whether it goes up or down or wherever as societal views on the matter change, I think having the same number is reasonable and logic based and provides less what the fuck angriness in my heart and mind. So, yeah, but now that we're 21, we've got all of these fancy options. Now, CBD products are recently available in convenience stores, I'd like to note. You can't get THC stuff, even in places where it's legal in convenience stores.
You still need a license for that.
Right, because it's like a special drug selling license. But the CBD, which is from the same marijuana plant, it's just a different part and doesn't have any psychoactive effects. They sell like CBD pills and CBD rubs and shit in convenience stores, and those are nice. Those are like the joint pain relieving and the sort of muscle relaxant part of the plant. So that's really good that's more accessible for people, especially since healthcare is super duper balls right now. Cheap general pain relief options on the table and in the competitive market are nice.
Sorry, I'm just eating pizza rolls.
I see a mouth full of food. Who's the eater now on the podcast?
We're getting cold.
That's fair. That's okay. That's okay. I think you'll have the opportunity to finish because wait, there's one more place.
Oh, the candy aisle?
Oh no. We're gonna walk right past the candy aisle, and we're gonna go into forbidden territory because we have to take a shit. We are in the convenience store and we are moving towards the scariest part. We walk into the back part of the convenience store where a light is flickering, and there's two doors, and one of them says men, and the other door says like fuck black people or something. I don't know, whatever's been carved into it with a key, you know. And you're sitting there, you're like, is that blood on the floor? I'm not gonna look at that. Okay. And you push your way into the convenience store bathroom, and it's a shit show in there, and I mean that in the most literal of senses. Like, the smell it assaults your eyeballs. The number of butt towels to prevent your raw ass cheeks from touching the seat, non-existent. They're gone. There's none provided. They've been stolen or vandalized. The sink, it looks like it's from a horror movie. You're almost certain if you turn that ancient sprocket that blood's going to pour forth from the faucet, and you decide to hold it and turn around and go somewhere else because convenience store bathrooms are not to be tangled with. I have to say, this is only a slightly exaggerated version of my worst convenience store bathroom experience. They tend to be bad, all around bad, like real bad, like I shouldn't be in this neighborhood bad. Like you live in a bad neighborhood and then you walk into a convenience store bathroom and you're like, this is where I die. This is where it happens.
This is it. It always looks like the way I've always imagined the back area, bathroom included,
Right.
of convenience stores
Right.
is people come in and go, hey,
Right.
I'm just going to the store tonight. They go, oh yeah. You're the 7:30. I'm the 7:30. Yeah. And then they go and they murder somebody back there.
Yeah. No, I mean that seems like that's pretty much how it goes. I have been, I'd like to note, in a really nice convenience store bathroom. You want to know where that was?
I do, yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
And I went into the fucking convenience store bathroom, and I walked in there, and I was like, "This is a fucking palace. This bathroom is better than my bedroom," and I'm pissed about it.
You could piss about it.
I could piss about
safe
it.
to do.
Yeah. Maybe I gotta add some of that Vegas flavor and do it on the floor and walls.
Just all over the place. What the fuck are you doing? I'm fixing it!
Your bathroom's wrong! Yeah. They're like, what are you doing with all of that toilet paper? And I'm like, I'm taking it! I've never seen this much toilet paper.
I would also like to know if you are using any public bathroom without putting down a safety layer on the toilet before you use the fucking bathroom, you know, like a safety layer of like toilet paper or something, or if they've got the fucking plastic ones that are just you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Then you have super herpes.
Yeah, super herpes. Yeah. I used to joke right as the Ebola panic was right at its height. I used to joke that I said, "Oh, careful! Don't get too close. You'll catch the Ebolades." And Ebolades seemed to resonate with people. That seems to be a real winner of a phrase. It doesn't hold up quite as much nowadays because you have to create whole new humor for the types of audiences and the times. So if I want to,
so easy.
Yeah. Funny, it fleets, it flies away, and like you can watch an old thing that to like a 1960 audience, they'd have been shitting and laughing and slapping their knees and like hooping and hollering and, you know, like 60s audience shit. But then like 20 years later, an 80s comedian would go, none of that shit's funny. Why would you even say that shit? That's fucked up.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
Oh look, I'll start some beef with Jerry Seinfeld until he contacts me. Alright? We need to settle this shit.
I do, yeah. I want to talk about quick side delve here. I want to talk about the episode of Jerry Seinfeld in which Jerry gets really, 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 really excited about he found one of those convenience store Native Americans with the big headdress and the you know, the stoic angry face, and so as soon as he found it, he picked it up and he waved it around and he started doing, you know, the noise, the woo with his, and waving it around above his head. He got real excited about it, and the whole episode was about Jerry bringing it home and being so excited, and then his blind date shows up that he was going to have a date with that day, and it's this Native American lady. So she's obviously and rightly offended, and he's all trying to apologize, and he was like, I didn't mean to do, I didn't know, or whatever. And he goes and he's like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm throwing it out the window. I'm banishing this from my household. I'm done. And he picks up the Native American statue and he hefts it out the window, and he's like, it's done. It's gone. I'm good. And then he hears his buddy, I can't remember what his buddy's name is in the show, but his buddy Kramer
Or George.
calls the taller one.
Kramer.
Kramer. And so
Super
Kramer
racist guy,
says,
by the way.
yeah. So Kramer calls down. He calls from the street and says, "Hey, Jerry!" And Jerry comes out to the window and looks out the window and looks at Kramer, who is hoisting the Indian statue above his head and screaming the up on this busy New York City street, and Jerry Seinfeld's blind date just like gets angry and leaves, and then Jerry's friend, the girl, I think hits him, and
Elaine.
that was like, what's that?
Elaine.
Blaine, yeah, sure, why not? Elaine.
So bad with names, Adam. Last week it was Kelly, and you were like, "Yeah, the car, right? The car's name is Kelly."
Right. Yeah. No. Look, I'm not a names guy. All right. I don't know what to tell you. I literally, when I'm meeting new people on Discord, the medium through which we all talk and discuss and record, like people will talk to me and tell me their names, and I'll go, I'm sorry, what was that name again? And then they'll tell me their names again, and then I'll ask them to spell it. And while they're spelling it, I'm writing their name into the notes on their Discord profile, so that next time I talk to them and join call, I can click on their profile and actually look with my eyeballs at their name before I start the conversation.
That is a good idea, actually.
Yeah, which is something you cannot do in real life personal conversations. I wish you could,
Carry
but
around
you can't.
sticky notes and then just put it on them. Okay, you're Jacob. Keep that on there for me.
I don't know what everybody else uses the Discord notes for, but that's what I do. I also write, when I'm playing D&D with somebody, I write their D&D character's name in their notes too.
I confuse the shit out of people on Discord all the time because my Discord name is Fred, right? So everybody who knows me online calls me Fred. My name is Sergio, and so even on our new Discord that we started for podcast and for the channel and stuff, it's just my role is Sergio, but my name is Fred.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it just confuses everybody.
That's correct. Fred's your go-to. Hilarious coincidence that you don't like the YouTuber Fred. I'd also... Oh, shit, I had something I was going to bring up, but I fucking forgot. It's gone. Terrible content. You know what makes good content, Sergio? When you tell your audience, hey, I had something really cool for you, but I'm not going to say it anymore.
You don't deserve it. You've disappointed your father and I.
You know what, viewers? I had a lovely, delightful insight for you. It's gone. I'd also like to note, at the convenience store on Boulder, if you walk out those doors, we're done with the bathroom, we're scared, we're going to pass by the candy aisle, we're going to look lovingly at a Three Musketeers for me and a Rolo for you, but we're going to pass it by because we're too scared. So we leave, we walk out, and then we walk around the corner. We walked past the hooker and the drug dealer, who we're not going to talk to or make eye contact with because that's not what they're here for today. And then we're going to go around the corner into the smoke shop behind the convenience store because they have Coca-Colas for $1 a can, which is better by the literage than buying the bottles for like $1.50 in the convenience store. Now, This smoke shop should not be letting children frequent the smoke shop, I think. But it's fine, you know. They got cheap ass soda, so it doesn't matter. And it's not like we're buying cigarettes there.
Right.
You know that guy, right? You know the guy I'm talking about?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And then if you go across the street from him, there's another guy. He's got like a whole mini mart situation going on.
Yeah, the American Mini Mart. Yeah.
The American Mini Mart.
That's what it was
That guy
called.
was a legend, by the way.
That guy was incredible.
Yeah, I want to another community maypole there of the poor neighborhoods. That guy was so fucking cool. I was in there and I was watching him, and the guy he was saying some like fatherly shit to like the two little kids that obviously weren't his. Like this man's was out here like raising the children of community to be like honest and kind and to not steal shit and to like I was like this man's trying to put in the real work in this place where sometimes good advice is hard to find.
This makes me a little nostalgic and hate the fact that I miss those specific places in Vegas because they sound terrible, but the people were good.
It's all about the people. That's all it's ever about. And there's like, it's because in these in shitty places you can still love things about them, like the fucking crossing guard from our elementary school, who I just chat with as I was walking across the street. I tell him all sorts of shit. One time, I even had the crossing guard read something I wrote. It was a horror story I wrote in elementary school, so it clearly wasn't going to be that scary. But I showed it to the crossing guard lady, and she looked at it and she read through it and said, "Oh, you're going to be the next Stephen King someday, Adam." And she like that was like a damn, like that gripped at my heart. Like the first book I ever read, I know it's weird, but the first book I ever read was Pet Sematary. Like I was so that was such a affirming thing to hear.
Yeah, crossing guards are fucking dope too. I made friends with pretty much all of them.
Oh, they were so cool though. Mm-hmm. They were so cool. Yeah. And so it's all about trying to look and find the good people. If for some reason you stumble across this podcast and you're sitting here thinking that your situation's real hard, it probably is, but there are good people out there, and there is kindness in the world if you know where to look. So you just got to start looking.
Go to convenience stores and
Go to convenience stores. Go to convenience stores. Make friends with a motherfucker who has to be here for minimum wage. You know? Even if they're 60. Even if they're, I don't know, like a serial heroin user. Don't give them any money.
Yeah, not a good idea on that one.
But you could joke with them, and you could be nice. Kindness never hurts. So, yeah.
Hurt myself.
Okie dokie. I think that was a beautiful summary of convenience stores. All those low down small center pole things. Some in small towns, sometimes it's not a big bucks convenience store. Sometimes it's just a family who owns a little business that just everybody in the community buys their shit from. Sometimes it's the just the little situation that's set up right in the middle of town, or sometimes it is those big branch convenience stores. But these are the people that sort of keep us all running as we live our crazy, widespread, traveling all around American lives.
It's deep.
It's yeah.
Seems like we've run out of stuff to talk about with convenience stores.
That is, I've milked that topic for all it was worth. and I feel good about it. Feel good. Thank you for letting me take a topic that didn't seem like a topic that couldn't have been anything, and really make an episode out of it, because convenience stores are near and dear to my heart, Sergio.
They're awfully convenient.
Oh, yeah, they are. And ain't nothing I love more than conveniences.
So, fuck off. This has been Podcast by Podcast.